Hello sport fans, welcome to another episode of Sport on My Community. My name is Bayonle Arashi. I'm excited coming your way again after it's been a while on the show because of course I have to take some time out to take care of some personal need, and of course I'm back, and of course back with the best of sport news on My Community, and of course it's the sports segment on the show. Straight to some of the news I have for you this week on the show. The Super Eagles of Nigeria played what I would probably say one of the best friendly matches they played in the past. They played against the Samba Boys of Brazil on Sunday. It was a very good game, and of course it was even better because of the result. After 90 minutes of that game, it was 1-1 against Nigeria, for Nigeria against Brazil in that particular one, played at the National Stadium in Singapore. You know, Brazil are on world tour, playing different matches, different games with different tough countries across the continent, of course, and that game was very important for the Super Eagles and for the coach Gernot Rohr, as they of course intensified in their qualification for the Africa Cup of Nations and the FIFA World Cup in 2022 to find new set of players. Joe Aribo scored a goal for Nigeria in the 35th minute of that particular game. Of course, Brazil star Neymar went off in that game just 12 minutes into the game. He suffered what is called a thigh injury. It has actually been updated now, say he's going to be out for about 4 weeks for his football club Paris Saint-Germain in that particular one. But of course, Casemiro, the Real Madrid big midfielder, equalized for Brazil in the early minutes of the second half after Marquinhos headed a ball into the bar, and of course Casemiro finished it off very well for Brazil. That game ended, Nigeria won, Brazil won. But what is your own takeaway in that particular one? I have the highlight of that game on my social media handle, especially my Instagram handle is all at Midas Soccer. You can see the highlights of that game there, and of course you'll be seeing it right now as I of course talk about this news in particular. Moving on now to another great, of course one of the greatest to ever play the game of football, which we call soccer right here. Cristiano Ronaldo reached a landmark career 700 goal on Monday night in Ukraine. Cristiano Ronaldo's 700th career goal came in that loss against the Ukrainian counterpart in the Euro 2020 qualifier. Cristiano Ronaldo is 34 years old. Of course, they lost that game to Ukraine, but he achieved something not many has achieved in this game of football. His 700 goals so far have come from 973 matches, and he has scored at least once in 458 of those games he has played. He scored 450 goals for Spanish giant Real Madrid, and of course he scored 118 in his early days at Manchester United. He has now scored 95 goals for Portugal in the national team. The only player that come close to Cristiano Ronaldo is Pauleta. I'm sure you remember that Portuguese forward way back, of course, some few years ago for Portugal. Congratulations to you, Cristiano Ronaldo. You deserve everything you have achieved. You are definitely the definition of true hard work. This guy is talented, but of course he never stopped working. At 34, as a football player, he's still banging in the goals. So keep scoring, and who knows, you might actually beat some of the record of those guys ahead of you. Moving on now to another one great news, of course, on the show. But there's nothing great about this particular one. It's about the Euro 2020 qualifier that happened in Bulgaria on Monday night. Of course, I watched that game. I was so disgusted that I had to tune off to the Turkey versus France game in that particular one because it was played at the same time. Bulgaria versus England. It was such a show of shame by the Bulgarians. The qualifier between them and England was stopped twice. First, in the 28th minutes when the Bulgarians started chanting monkey chants, and of course they also raised their hands up in what is being termed as Nazis salute. You see the pictures right now on your screen right there. But the English boys did what they have to do. They trashed them, of course, by 6 goals to nothing. Even though the game was stopped twice, they still went on to do what they have to do, beat them right there at their own backyard, and show them that football deserves much more than that very, very show of shame. I don't want to use a negative word on television, but of course, I am so upset, and this cannot continue in the game we all love so much. You could see the players, the English players, with those looks on their faces, looking so confused and disgusted and sad at the same time. But of course, a news have come in on Tuesday morning that the football chief in Bulgaria has resigned on the call of the Prime Minister of the Bulgaria itself. His name, I can't even remember. I can't even call his name because he doesn't even deserve it. So I'll move on here. Bulgaria, I hope UEFA take action against you, and I hope this stop from here on. And of course, finally on the show today, Angola, Nigeria, Cameroon, and of course Senegal will be representing Africa at the 2019 Under-17 World Cup, which will be hosted by Brazil. It will be the 18th edition of the biennial Men's Championship, and you know what that championship has brought out in the past? Lionel Messi. Which player do you want to mention in the world of football today that has not been part of the Under-17 Championship across the world? It is being hosted every 4 years, and of course, Brazil is playing host to that one this year. Nigerian Under-17 team have already traveled, I think, about a week ago, so the players can be accustomed with the weather in Brazil. But of course, they travel with, I think, 28 or 35 players. They say they're going to drop it down to the 23 that the tournament requires, and hopefully they will have a fantastic show. One of our best players right now in the Super Eagles, Victor Osimhen, was also a product of the Under-17 national team. I hope there is no age issue this time from any of the 4 African teams that will be representing the continent in that particular championship. That's all I have for you this week on the show. I hope you enjoyed every bit of it, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the show. Till I see you again next week, God willing, I'll definitely be back next week. I assure you that, with more news about the Under-17 national teams and about Under-17 World Cup and the teams that are going to be participating in it. And of course, giving you information about the teams that have qualified for the Euro 2020 Championship. And next week, this Sunday, it will be Super Sunday. The only Premier League game will be between Manchester United and Liverpool. Will it be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's last game for Manchester United? We'll see about that next week. Till I see you guys again next week. My name is Bayonle Arashi. Bye-bye now.